Right, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Okay, good morning, members and officers. Welcome to the Environment Regeneration and Street Scene Services Cabinet Board on the 28th of October 2022. Agenda item 1, can I have a proposer followed by a seconder for appointment of chairperson, please?
I propose Councillor Scott Jones.
I second that.
Thanks very much. Okay, we'll move to agenda item 2, Chair's announcements. Good morning and welcome to the hybrid meeting of the Environment Regeneration and Street Scene Services Cabinet Board on the 28th of October 2022. I'm Councillor Scott Jones and I'm the Cabinet Member for Street Scene. A few points to cover before we move on to the next agenda item. Please can I ask everyone to ensure your phones are switched to silent for the duration of the meeting. Can members and officers who are present in the chamber please use your microphones when speaking. When asked to raise your hand, can members who are virtually viewing this meeting raise your electronic hand, or in the case, your real hand in chamber. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 3, declarations of interest. Can I ask members, colleagues, if there's any declarations of interest? If so, Chloe will forward a electronic version of the declaration of interest form, and if you could forward it back to Chloe at your earliest convenience. So, any declarations of interest?
I see none, Chair.
Thanks very much, Chloe. Okay, therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 4, public question time. I can confirm that we've received no notifications from the public to speak at today's meeting. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 5, proposed 30-mile-an-hour speed limit traffic order associated with Welsh Government 20-mile-an-hour default speed limit national rollout. The report is on page 5 to 16 and is here for decision. I'm going to ask Dave Griffiths to come in at this point just to mention about the error in the report. David?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Just to alert members, on page 6 of the report, under the integrated impact assessment, the third para there's an error that makes relation to providing a disabled parking outside the new development. That's clearly an error which needs to be struck from the report. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, David. Can I ask colleagues, members, if there's any questions or observations? No. Okay, I therefore will refer members to the recommendation on pages 7 and 8 of the circulated agenda pack. Can I ask for a proposer, please?
I propose, Chair.
Thank you. And a seconder, please.
Councillor Griffiths, you're on mute.
I second, Chair.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation. And therefore, I'm going to ask Chloe now to confirm that the item has been approved.
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, so I can confirm that that item has been approved.
Thanks very much. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 6, National Underground Asset Register. The report is on pages 17 to 52 and is here for decision. Can I firstly ask officers if there's any further comments to add, please?
No, just the error in the report that was noted in the main meeting, Chair.
Great, thank you, Mike. Okay, I just wanted to add, that we have listened to the scrutiny committee, and myself and my colleagues will be happy, and we look forward to receiving a further report in April 2024. Can I ask if members have got any questions or observations, please?
I see none, Chair. Before you go to the recommendation, do you want me to post the addition into the chat so that everyone's clear on what the addition was before you go?
If you don't mind,
I'll just do that now. Bear with me. Okay, Chair, so I've put the addition to the recommendation in the chat for everyone to note. So then can you just include that when you go to the recommendation that you're including that in your approval?
No problem. Thank you, Chloe. Can I now therefore refer members to the recommendation on page 26 of the circulated agenda pack? There are 3 separate recommendations. plus the addition that have just been circulated, and I'll take them in their entirety. Can I have a proposer, please?
I propose, Chair.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder, please?
I'll second, Chair.
Thanks very much. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation, and I'm now going to ask Crowley to confirm that that's the case.
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, so I can confirm that that has been approved.
That's great, thank you. We're now going to move on to item 7, proposed extinguishment order for parts of footpaths number 85, 86 and 87 at Gelliwarg Farm. The report on pages 53, the report is on pages 53 to 68 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments to add, please?
No further comments, Chair.
Thanks very much. Colleagues, can I ask if you've got any questions or observations? There are none. Okay. Therefore, can I refer members to the recommendation on page 58 of the circulated agenda pack? There are 3 separate recommendations, and again, I'll take them in its entirety. Can I ask for a proposer, please?
I propose, Chair.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder, please?
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation. Can I ask Chloe to confirm that that's the case, please?
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, so I can confirm that that item has been approved.
Thanks very much. Okay, therefore we'll move on to agenda item 8, proposed extinguishment order for part of the footpath number 233, position between Minor Gwyn and Cumdee in the community of Ystrad. The report is on pages 69 to 82 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if they have any further comments to add, please?
No further comments, Chair.
Thank you. Can I ask members if you have any questions or observations, please? There are none. Okay. Therefore, can I remove members to the recommendation on page 73 of the circulated agenda pack? I propose, if I can have a seconder, please.
I second, Chair.
Thank you. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation. Chloe, can you confirm that that's the case, please?
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, so I can confirm that item has been approved.
That's great, thank you. Okay, therefore we move on to agenda item 9, propose off-street traffic regulation order on Mackworth Yard and traffic regulation order on Fairfield Way in association with the leisure and retail development in Neath. The report is on pages 83 to 98 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments to add, please?
No further comments, Chair.
Thanks very much. Can I ask members if you have any questions or observations, please? There are none. Okay. I now refer members to the recommendation on page 85 of the circulated agenda pack. Can I ask for a proposer, please?
I propose, Chair.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder, please?
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you. Okay, members, if you do not indicate to the contrary, by raising your electronic hand, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation. And I'm now going to ask Chloe to confirm that that's the case, please.
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, so I can confirm that item has been approved.
That's great, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to agenda item 10, Marina's Quay, the Princess Margaret Way and Victoria Road, Port Talbot. Provision of waiting, loading and unloading at any time. Provision of waiting at any time order 2022. The report is on pages 99 to 118 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments to add, please?
Nothing further to add, really, Chair, other than to say that obviously the item is being, following the objections, upheld in part. Officers are accepting that position, and the blue lines that you see on Appendix 1 will not be implemented.
Okay, thank you, David. Can I ask members if there's any questions or observations, please? No. Okay, therefore, can I refer members to the recommendation on pages 105 and 106 of the circulated agenda pack? Can I ask for a proposer, please?
I propose, Chair.
And a seconder?
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, or for members in the chamber by raising your hand, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation. And I'm now going to ask Chloe to confirm that the item has been approved.
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, so I can confirm that that item has been approved.
Thank you. Okay, therefore we'll move on to agenda item 11, list of approved contractors. The report is on pages 119 to 132 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments to add, please?
Nothing further, Chair.
Thanks very much. Therefore, can I ask members if there are any questions or observations, please? There are none. Okay, therefore, members, we'll move to the recommendation on pages 121 of the circulated agenda pack. Can I have a proposer, please?
I propose, Chair.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder, please?
I second, Chair.
Thank you. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand or real hand, then it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation. I'm going to ask Chloe to confirm that this item has been approved.
I see no indication to the contrary, Chair, so I can confirm that item has been approved.
Thank you, Chloe. Okay, therefore we'll move on to agenda item 12, key performance indicators. The report is on pages 133 to 148 and is here for monitoring. Some very good scrutiny taking place this morning, so well done to the scrutiny committee in that regard. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments to add, please?
Nothing to add from me, Chair.
Thanks very much.
I think, am I understanding correctly that the Democratic Services officers will circulate the proposed or suggested amendments for us to have a look at, and will we bring back a report to the next scrutiny meeting on the feasibility of that, or the
Yes, so Democratic Services, so it'll be from the scrutiny side. We'll get in touch with yourselves regarding what was discussed in scrutiny committee. That will be the first initial discussion, and in that discussion you'll know what the outcome will be and what will be provided to future committees, if that's okay. So Charlotte or Alison will be in touch with you, Mike, and the rest of the team.
But if we could have the detail, there's one like
the discussion of
excess waste. You know, I want to be clear exactly what's being asked for.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be all in the discussion that you have outside of the meeting with the Democratic Services officers. Okay.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Can I ask members, colleagues, if there's any questions, observations, please? There are none. Okay, as previously mentioned, this report is for monitoring purposes. Therefore, no decision is required, but we will note the content of the report. Therefore, I'll move on to agenda item 13, any urgent items. I can confirm that there are none. And I have no further items for today's meeting other than to take the opportunity to thank you all very much for your attendance. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.